Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We got another knife review today. Nothing too fancy. It is the Kratos Knives ZFS7. So, what is this? What are we looking at? It is a Bushcraft knife from Kratos Knives. That's what it is. If you want the short answer, it's good. It does what it's supposed to, but not a fan. And we'll get into that. So, before we do get into it, let's have a quick little disclaimer. I was sponsored by Kratos Knives initially, which is how I got this knife. So what happened was, before the first channel got nuked off the platform, I was sponsored by Kratos Knives initially. And they sent me out their OTF knife and this knife to review, so I'm going to do them the service by re-reviewing it. However, where they might be upset with me is the fact that they never made me sign a contract. So that means I can be as honest as I want with you guys. I can tell you all the bad about it. I can be honest. I can shit on it if I want to. Verbally or literally, but that's gross, so mainly just verbally. So, no more relation with them. While I did get sent a knife, no contract. I'm going to say exactly what I think. So, let's talk about the good first. It is a very, very sturdy knife. It is thick, it is heavy. You're not going to have problems with losing an edge or splitting it in half on a tree or with an axe. One thing I really like about Kratos Knives as a company, because I do have two of their knives, is their knives are very, very sturdy and reliable. Now, some of them are reproductions of other knives. I don't know how they compare to the original knives, but their knives do hold up quite well, and their sheaths are all made of real leather, which I like. It's sturdy, robust, reliable, very durable. I like one of them, the ZF9, which I don't know if the reviews came out by now, but if it has, you will know that I had it for 3 years straight and only had to sharpen the knife twice. So, and mind you, the ZF9 was my everyday carry, you could call it. I wore it to work everywhere, home, camping. That knife never left my hip. So their knives are very, very nice. Now this one, I don't have as much time on. I did maybe 3 months of testing. I did 1 month once I initially got it. I took it on a camping trip. I went out to the park, split some logs. I will try and gather some of that footage here. If I can't, then imagine me doing it, but I will be able to carve some branches for you guys in a second. I carved some branches. It's very, very nice. It does what it's supposed to. It's a Bushcraft knife. It does what it's supposed to. There are some drawbacks. So if you take a look at the blade, you have this curve right here, which makes it really nice to line up with the branch. 1 second. So you can grab a big stick like this, you can carve, it lines up really, really well. However, it's not steep enough of a curve to be as ideal with it. Now, it's a little bit shallow. Actually, it's not that it's not steep, it's that it's at a weird angle. It's like halfway between being steep and being shallow, so often the knife will get stuck in it. However, what it is really good at is because the back of it is very, very thick. I will throw a video on screen for you guys. It can take quite the beating. So for those of you in the Bushcraft sphere, you know what I'm talking about. You want to split logs in the forest, but you don't have a hatchet? Well, all you need is your knife. Because what you will do is you will take your log. Imagine this is a log, and this, my hand is the knife. You just wind the knife up with it, and then you smack the back of it with another log or stick. And this knife is actually quite proficient at splitting small logs. So it did not disappoint there. It is actually really, really good at it, especially with the thick blade, making it a real wedge. So it doesn't, it's very, very buttery smooth to split it through. It's like hot knife through butter. The grip is very, very comfortable. Kratos Knives, they know what they're doing with their ergonomics. Again, reproduction or not, yes, I know. Kratos Knives ZF9, SA78. But if you look, it really really wraps into your grip perfectly. Now granted, it wiggles a little bit, so in the regular grip I need to support it with my thumb, but then it's not moving. You get a really nice secure grip. Underhand is very, very comfortable. No problems with it here, so if you want to use it for a combat knife in your Minecraft server, get imaginative with what I mean by that. If you want to use it like that, it is very, very good for that. It will, it's got a nice grip for it. It's heavy. It can take a beating. Oh, my camera. Strong grip. It's nice and textured. However, I just rather would have had actual wood or had a bit of honesty with more of a plastic handle, right? So it is disappointing. And then the next major thing, I know I complicated them. I complimented, not complicated. I know I complimented them on their on their leather sheaths. However, this one here, while it is real leather, it fucking sucks. A little bit tedious to button too. The problem with the knife is that it's got this the sheath is that it's got this very, very rounded look. Like it's not solid and flat like the ZF9 is, so it doesn't just slide straight in. What happens is, because you got this nice big like stapled together taco of a sheath, what happens is the tip of the blade and the blade itself often will either get caught on the part where it's stitched together, or it will get caught on the taco end of it, which is not ideal, because I would like to efficiently take my sheath in and out. And another thing is the taco rides up too high, so you will occasionally catch yourself on the back end of it. So if I were Kratos Knives, I would improve the sheath a little bit, make it a little more like the ZF9. That way it's a lot more sturdy. It's a nice slip in and out. But you know, I don't know. I don't even know if we're ever getting there. So it would be nice. So what are my final thoughts on the Kratos Knives ZFS7? It is okay. I would give it like maybe a 7.5 out of 10. It does all the things you need to. It's real nice and sturdy, but the sex appeal just isn't there that much, and it's a lot heavier than it needs to be, especially when you compare it to other bushcraft knives on the market. I forget what the style is called, but you know, the ones that look kind of like a wooden awl and just with a blade. It's a lot heavier than it needs to be. I'd rather carry the literally any other fixed blade, because this is kind of a one-trick pony, and it's a bit heavy even for the trick that it's assigned to. So that's the video. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, all the usual algorithm stuff. There's a link to my Discord in the description below. It's not clickable because YouTube wants me to verify, and quite frankly, I don't like personally submitting my face to companies like this, so I just rather not. But the links are there, okay? Also link to the Twitter in case you like bad political opinions and watching me argue with morons online. So that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.